There's a moment in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. Plans crumble, opportunities vanish, and it feels like you're standing alone in a storm that just won't let up. You start asking God, are you even there? Are you hearing me? But let me tell you something, you don't see the full picture yet. What if the chaos in your life is not the end, but the beginning? What if the closed doors and unanswered prayers are part of a master plan you can't comprehend yet? When God begins to move in your life, He doesn't always send flashing signs or booming voices. No, sometimes it's subtle, almost unnoticeable, but powerful beyond measure. This is where you need to open your eyes and ears, not just the physical ones, but the spiritual ones. Because when God is making a way, He'll leave traces, markers, signs. These signs aren't always obvious, but if you're paying attention, they'll be there. And once you recognize them, you'll know without a doubt that you're on the brink of something extraordinary. Stay with me because I'm about to reveal 6 powerful signs that God is paving a path for you. These signs will inspire you, strengthen you, and remind you that even in your darkest hour, you're never alone. By the time we're done, you'll see the evidence of His hand in your life clear as day. So don't go anywhere, because this might just be the confirmation you've been waiting for. 1, a deep restlessness in your spirit. That deep restlessness in your spirit is not something to ignore, it's a divine nudge. Restlessness is God's way of getting your attention, shaking you out of the comfort that's holding you back. Think about it, nothing extraordinary happens in the comfort zone. When God begins to prepare you for a greater purpose, He makes where you are uncomfortable. You'll feel like you're outgrowing your current situation, like there's something bigger out there waiting for you. This restlessness often manifests as dissatisfaction, not because you're ungrateful, but because you're being called higher. When you feel this stirring, take time to reflect and pray. Ask yourself, what is God trying to tell me? What is He calling me to do? Sometimes it's a career change. Other times it's stepping into a new role or letting go of something that no longer serves your purpose. This restlessness isn't punishment, it's preparation. God is breaking you out of the mold you've been in, shaping you for the greater plans He has for you. So lean into the discomfort. It's proof that God is setting you up for something extraordinary. 2, unexpected obstacles and delays. We've all been there. You're working hard, putting in the effort, and just when you think you're making progress, life throws a curveball. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's a truth you need to hold on to. Those obstacles and delays are not setbacks, they're setups. When God is making a way, He often uses obstacles to protect you, redirect you, or even strengthen you for what's ahead. Think about the detours you've experienced, that opportunity you missed, the job you didn't get, or the relationship that ended. What if those were God's way of steering you towards something better? He sees the bigger picture, and He knows what's best for you. Delays teach you patience and trust. They're a reminder that His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't match your plans. When faced with delays, don't give up. Instead, ask God, what are you teaching me through this? What's the lesson here? Remember, waiting is not wasted time when you're waiting on God. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and every delay is a step closer to His plan for your life. 3, unexplainable peace amid chaos. There's a kind of peace that doesn't make sense to the world. It's the peace you feel when everything around you is falling apart. But somehow you know it's going to be okay. That peace is God's signature. It's His way of saying, I'm here and I'm in control. When God is making a way, He often grants you a supernatural calm that carries you through the chaos. This peace doesn't mean the storm will stop immediately. No. Sometimes the storm rages on, but the peace within you becomes your anchor. It keeps you grounded, focused, and faithful. It's the kind of peace that allows you to sleep soundly when others are restless, to smile when the world expects you to break, and to trust when all logic tells you to fear. When you experience this peace, take it as a divine sign. It's God reminding you that He's not just watching over you, He's walking with you. Lean into it. Let that peace guide your decisions and strengthen your faith. The chaos around you doesn't define you, God's presence within you does. 4, divine connections and opportunities. When God is making a way, He often works through people. These aren't random encounters, they're divinely orchestrated moments. You might meet someone unexpectedly, receive an offer out of the blue, or find yourself in the right place at the right time. These connections and opportunities aren't coincidence, they're God's way of aligning your life with His plan. Take a moment to reflect on the people who have entered your life at critical moments. Perhaps it was a mentor who guided you, a friend who encouraged you, or even a stranger whose words resonated deeply. These are divine connections. God often uses others to open doors, provide resources, or share wisdom that propels you forward. But here's the key: you have to be attentive and ready to act. Opportunities can be fleeting. When God opens a door, step through it with courage and faith. Even if it's unfamiliar or intimidating, trust that He's leading you in the right direction. Divine connections don't just come to you, they require you to recognize them and embrace them. 5, a renewed hunger for God. One of the clearest signs that God is making a way is a renewed hunger for His presence. You'll find yourself longing for Him in ways you haven't before. Prayer becomes less of a task and more of a necessity. Scripture starts speaking directly to your situation. Worship feels like a conversation with your Creator. This hunger isn't just emotional, it's spiritual preparation. God draws you closer because He's about to do something extraordinary in your life. He wants your faith to be strong, your heart to be open, and your spirit to be ready. This renewed connection with God isn't just for you, it's the foundation for the path He's laying before you. Embrace this season of spiritual growth. Dive deeper into prayer, immerse yourself in His Word, and seek His guidance daily. The more you draw near to Him, the more clearly you'll hear His voice. And when you align yourself with His will, you'll be able to walk boldly into the future He's preparing for you. 6, things begin to align in ways you can't explain. This is one of the most exciting signs. When God is making a way, you'll start to see things fall into place in ways that defy logic. Doors that were closed will suddenly open. Resources you lack will appear at just the right time. Opportunities you never imagined will present themselves. It's as if the pieces of a puzzle are coming together, and only God could orchestrate it. This divine alignment doesn't mean life will be without challenges, but it does mean you'll begin to see evidence of God's hand at work. What once seemed impossible becomes possible. What felt scattered now feels intentional. This alignment is a reminder that God is not just watching over you, He's actively working for you. When you notice this happening, don't dismiss it as luck or coincidence. Acknowledge it for what it is. God moving on your behalf. Express gratitude, even for the small victories, and trust that He will continue to guide you. This alignment is a glimpse of His greater plan for your life, a plan that is good, purposeful, and full of hope. These signs are not just evidence of God's presence, they are His invitation. He's calling you to step forward in faith, to trust Him even when the way isn't clear, and to embrace the journey He's set before you. The road may not always be easy, but it will always lead to a purpose far greater than you can imagine. So pay attention to the signs, trust in His timing, and know that He is making a way for you even now. Trust the path God is creating. As you reflect on these 6 powerful signs, let this truth settle in your heart. God is always working, even when you can't see it. The restlessness in your spirit, the delays and obstacles, the unexplainable peace, the divine connections, the renewed hunger for His presence, and the miraculous alignments, these aren't random occurrences. They're His way of guiding you, preparing you, and reminding you that you're never walking this journey alone. But recognizing the signs isn't where it ends. It's the beginning of your faith in action. When God stirs your heart, follow His call. When He redirects your path, trust the detour. When He brings people and opportunities into your life, step boldly into them. He's not just making a way for you, He's inviting you to partner with Him in the process. So the next time you feel overwhelmed or unsure, remember this: God is faithful. He doesn't abandon his children. If he's placed a dream in your heart, he will make a way for you to fulfill it. It might not look like what you expected, and it might not happen when you want it, but his plan is always better than yours. Keep your faith strong. Stay patient in the delays. Be courageous in the opportunities. And trust above all that the same God who created the universe is creating a path for you, a path of purpose, promise, and infinite possibilities. Your breakthrough is coming. And when it does, you'll look back and see that every step, every challenge, every sign was part of a masterpiece only he could create. Stay ready, stay faithful, and know that God is making a way, always.